To me, Stop Soldier Suicide is addressing a critical need in society that we've been wrestling with for decades. That means a lot to me. Now that I've enlisted and I serve in the military, it's a problem that I want to get ahead of so that it doesn't show up, in my unit or in my platoon or among my team. Unfortunately, statistically speaking, there's a high probability that it will one day. So prior to enlisting in the military, I didn't really have a very close connection to the mission. When I was at officer candidate school at what was then Fort Benning, now Fort Moore, there were several people in my class that got a call while we were in a pretty short 10-week cycle. And most of them were prior enlisted, but they got a call from somebody, and someone that they had served with, or a friend, or a former leader had died by suicide. And this must have happened 3 or 4 times, I think. And that is really what opened my eyes to the issue. I was working for smaller community organizations prior and found Stop Soldier Suicide, and they saw, my service obligations as sort of an incredible opportunity to connect with the people that we're trying to serve. This issue, I think in many ways, is more prevalent in the military community because we aren't trained to deal with those life's pressures very well, I don't think. We're trained in the military to compartmentalize stress, to always put the mission first, then put our soldiers and our team above ourselves. It leaves little room for self-care. I don't think I've ever heard anybody actually use the words self-care in my military career. Less than 1% of the nation's population serves in the U.S. military at any given time. So that's a lot of people who, although they're familiar with life's pressures, that's a lot of people who aren't familiar with what that means when you are also serving your country. And it's hard. I've missed my wife's birthday every year since I enlisted, and I've missed every anniversary but one. And if it wasn't for a really great command team, I would have missed the birth of my first child. Working at Stop Soldier Suicide has shown me that one of the primary ways that they need support, and one of the primary ways in which we've been falling short for so long, is with mental health. Access to mental health, encouraging help-seeking behavior. I know Stop Soldier Suicide is doing that, but without that shared knowledge among the rest of the population and people supporting the mission, not just financially, but helping raise awareness of the issues and talk to their veterans and service members about us being a resource for them, that'll really help us drive the impact that we're trying to drive and actually save lives and actually reduce the military suicide rate, because it's far too high and it's unacceptable. To learn more, visit stopsoldiersuicide.org.